Hey everybody, I keep getting these late night ideas for the Yin Yang rocks that I've been doing, so these may end up becoming their own playlist. This is a fun winter design that I came up with, and so we're starting out. This is a homemade rock with the Ultra Cal 30 and the stone molds, and I'm going to go ahead and base coat it with black paint. So it took several coats to get it nice and solid. Now I'm going to take this chalk pencil and this little circle that I cut out of cardstock, and I put some blue sticky stuff on the back. I know there's an official name for that, but that's what they called it when I was a kid in school. So just to hold it in place, this blue sticky stuff, and I'm going to trace the two circles for the yin and yang design with the chalk pencil. This wipes off really easily, but we're going to paint over it, so it's going to stay in place. It's fine. But if you do need to use it as like a guide, the chalk pencils work really well and wipe off with just kind of a damp cloth really easily. I'm also going to take that chalk pencil and make that sort of S that makes the classic Yin Yang design. Now I'm going to take this full spectrum Dragonfly Glaze. This stuff is great. It's a very fine glitter paint and it dries nice and smooth, so if you need to write on top of it or paint another design on top of it, it's really great for that. So I'm going to take this and fill in one of the small circles and then the background on the other side of the design, so we can just have this intense sparkle opposite of our snowflakes. I know that while this is going on, it looks a little bit chunky and not so evenly distributed, but when it dries, you can't tell. So I just try and get it as smooth as possible so that if I am going to write on top of it, in this case I won't, but you can try and get that laid out as evenly as possible, and when it dries, it's just amazing. This is one of my favorite paints that I can use on rocks. Now I'm going to take some appropriately named Snow White paint and a disposable eyeliner brush, which is great for fine line detail, and I'm going to start painting my snowflakes. So you can find a multitude of easy snowflake designs like on Pinterest. If you search for them, there's many different ways that you can create them and create the little designs on the ends. But at the most basic level, I start with a cross and then kind of an X that intersects that cross. And then you can start adding smaller details to the ends of them. You can add dots, you can add hearts. There's so many things you can do, and they always come out distinctly as snowflakes. So I'm just gonna be quiet here and let you watch how I create the snowflakes. I'm gonna create 4 of them kind of randomly spaced around this side of the design, and you can already see that Dragonfly Glaze is drying and it's super sparkly. So 4 sort of larger snowflakes, and then we're going to come back and fill in with white dots later. want these snowflakes to really pop out of the design, so I'm going to take some of this Folk Art Extreme Hologram glitter paint and just go over the top of my snowflake designs. This glitter paint is a little chunkier. It can be a little more rough if you use it as a background and then you go to paint something on top of it or do some writing. It's more rough, where the Dragonfly Glaze is nice and smooth. So if you need to, ration your paints for certain uses, that's something good to know. That's one of the reasons I really like the Dragonfly Glaze, is if you're going to do stuff on top of it, it's nice and smooth. And we also can't forget to put a snowflake over in the other circle on the opposite side of our design. So I'm going to do one snowflake with some accents on it, and then the dots will come in a little bit later. Now I'm going to take some various size dotting tools and just start adding the dots. So I'm starting with the larger dots first and just kind of randomly spacing them around the design. And then I'm going to slowly work my way down. I think I used 3 or 4 different sizes, so you can just kind of randomly pick. You do want it to be distinct. On this particular one, I wanted it to be distinct. I'm not filling it in as solid as I have on some of the other Yin Yang designs. They're more spaced out, so I wanted there to be kind of a distinct size difference between the dots. Now I'm coming back to this extreme hologram glitter paint again to add a border on the design. So I'm going to go around both of the circles and that S design in the middle just to give a nice delicate border. It's not going to be nice and dark as if it was a solid line. I'm not using the dots like I have in my other designs. It's just going to be this line of glitter paint. As you can see, I actually use a dotting tool to apply this because you can get it on nice and thick, so you get a nice shimmer from the glitter. And I alternate kind of back and forth between the large end of it to apply it, and then if I need to kind of smooth it out or straighten that line at all, I can flip it around and use the smaller side of the dotting tool. So this glitter paint dried a little bit more bluish green than I expected it to, so I'm going to take this silver glitter paint and just add a really light coating of it with the eyeliner brush just to kind of mute that bluish green color a little bit, but still maintain the sparkle. have to bring this outside to show you exactly what that Dragonfly Glaze does. It is crazy sparkly. I love this paint so much. There isn't any sealer or resin on this rock yet, but it still is just crazy sparkly, so you'll have to come find me on social media to see a picture of what it looks like once the resin is on. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future uploads. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.